All right, so here is our UConn scouting report, starting with Hassan Diarra. Driver, playmaking guard. Came off the bench for them on their championship team last year. Gets downhill well. Good athlete. Really good defensively. Provided a lot of value on that in last year. Hasn't shot it very well this season. Can't leave him open though, but... And there's where he provides a ton of value as a playmaker. Solomon Ball. Big time shooter. Scorer. All conference player. We'll run a lot of their like Jordan Hawkins plays for him. Loves pull-ups and floaters going left. Doesn't get to the rim a ton, but he is a pretty athletic finisher when he gets there. Liam McNeely, really good freshman, potential lottery pick. Shooter, scorer. We'll run him off a ton of screens. Almost like a bigger Cam Spencer. And then just feeds off their offense, getting a ton of good looks. He's also a good driver, good finisher, plays off two in the lane. Just knows how to score. Here's going right at the best rim protector in the country. Alex Caravan, really good role player plus. Was a starter on the championship team last year. Started the year before. Pass, dribble, shoot, can handle the ball. Defends. Not the big-time All-American he was made out to be preseason, but really, really useful player for them. Good shooter, too. They'll run him off screens, too. Samson Johnson, play finisher, dunker. Backup center for the championship team last year. Plays really hard. Gets off the ground really quickly, long arms, good rim protector. Aiden Mahaney, scorer, shot maker off the bench. Minutes are pretty inconsistent. Just not very good defensively. Shot making has been inconsistent. Not a great shot creator against better competition, but a really, really good shooter when he gets open ones, and he has the ability to make shots off the dribble. Jaden Ross, freshman guard, driver, athlete. Probably won't see him quite as much as we get later into the season. Hasn't shot it super well. Jalen Stewart, athletic forward, role player. He's a good role player for them. He's good defensively. Hits spot ups, drives, cuts. He's part of the team last year too. Terrace Reed, 6th man of the year in the conference. Really skilled backup. Can do a lot more on the block than Samson Johnson, so it unlocks some more stuff to their offense. Will close a lot of games. Good play finisher. Good feel for scoring around the rim. Has been a really useful player for them. So UConn has by far the most complex offense in the country, and we're going to start looking at it with their ball screens. So of all of their super complex stuff, we're up 3, less than 30 seconds to go. And this is what we went to after a timeout, just a simple ram. So they do have like some simple stuff that they do. Here's a simple ram, and then Jalen Stewart with the roll replace. So here's the replace. Here's a ball screen, plus a pin down on the weak side. And watch Georgetown. One of these guys is supposed to tag, but they're so enamored with the pin down that they just miss it. This is the most common thing that they'll run a lot of. So just a slice, chase up into a ball screen. This is very basic. Slice, chase to him in a ball screen. Slice, chase to him in a ball screen. And Diarra and Johnson have pretty good chemistry in the pick and roll. Here's for Aiden Mahaney. Slice, chase to the middle ball screen. Again, this is something simple. And obviously we can get that simple set and do a more complex variation of it. So here's the slice. Instead of the middle ball screen, we dribble over to a handoff and to this double ball screen. And now the second screen is going to dive and come off this away. Now we're playing to that empty side. Another variation of it. So slice, instead of this ball screen, handoff to the double ball screen. And now we're going to flare Alex Caravan as the second screener. So there's a flare for Alex Caravan. We can get into that 77 up action at different points in our set. So here, simple, 77, flare. Caravan, really good passer off those. Here it's with an empty side, 77, flare. Again for Caravan. Here's another set we can go to. So we're going to swing it, swing it, swing it. And then I call a Celtic, this little UCLA to an empty side ball screen. And then watch McNeely come off that little, he's going to dive and come off the little zipper. And then there's no tag from Colorado because of all this action going on. So you see the same thing here. Swing, swing, swing. Come off the UCLA to the empty side ball screen. And then here's Isaac Trout. He's in here. He sees the ball screen. He's ready to tag. But his man is coming off the screen. And he just gets cut too far behind. Here's a counter off it. So again, UConn's so good at having these counters off all their sets. Swing, swing, swing. UCLA to the empty side ball screen. It looks like the same set, except instead of coming off here, Alex Caravan's going to set this back screen. So back screen. And there's Jaden Ross. So they'll run a bunch of different actions out of this little alignment. So you'll see it here. So they started with a little flare to the middle of the floor after hitting the wing. So flare to the middle of the floor after hitting the wing, hit him, and then like this little away, and they're going to curl it. So here, Caravan curls it, and then it's all for this rip lob for the big. Same setup here, flare, away, curl it, and now Caravan, instead of setting this little rip lob, he's going to set this back screen into the handoff. That's what I call Spinolis. We'll get another clip of it here. So watch Caravan coming through. Comes and sets the back screen. Gets the handoff. Here we're going to get two aways. So set the away, and then Samson Johnson was going to come set another way, but solo ball is going to be open on the curl. Here we're going to get through it. So flare, away, curl to the rim, and then watch, solo ball. They'll do this in a bunch of their other actions you'll see later, but circles all the way around and then comes back out. Here, we're going to get the flare. We're going to get the away. We're going to curl. It's going to look like all their same stuff. We're going to go set another away, just like we have in the last couple actions, except we're going to reject. And if UConn rejects an away or stagger or anything like that, you have to know that something's about to come. So here, he doesn't just reject and run out of the play. He comes and sets a shuffle. And then he's receiving the screener. Here it is again here. So our normal alignment, normal setup, reject. Got to know something's coming, shuffle. and then we get the screener. Similar thing here. So flare, away, curl it, away. We're going to reject again. All right, so we're into another action with solo ball, shuffle, and here it's just a stagger instead of a screener. Same thing here. So here's the curl, there's the reject, here's the shuffle, and then there's the stagger. Here we're going to get the same setup. So the flare, the away, the curl, and then instead of, he's going to look like he's setting it away, but instead Caravan's going to flare for Samson Johnson, so I call that a corver. So flare for Samson Johnson to catch it. He's going to keep this handoff, and then hand off to Alex Caravan. And then here we finally get a simple one. Just going to clear this side of the floor, flare out of our same alignment. So we'll run some sets out of chin. Here we're going to hand off, come off the UCLA. And if you're playing against UConn and your man comes off of UCLA, you have to be on high alert that he's going to come off something else. He's not just going to like stand under the rim here. So there's McNeely coming off the UCLA, and now he's going to come off this flare. So like if you're Caliph Battle, you can't get caught that far behind. So here's our little chin entry. Hit the elbow. And now we're coming off the zoom. Chin entry, UCLA. Coming off. Another clip. Chin entry, UCLA, hit the elbow. Come off the zoom. Something else will run out of it. So, chin entry, hit, and then it's going to look like we're doing that same zoom, but Caravan's going to slip because we're switching here. And Caravan is so good with slipping against switches. So here's going to be a flex. So come off the UCLA, set the flex, and now solo ball is going to come off the exit. That's where we're probably going to get most out of this set. Solo ball coming off the exit. Same thing here. UCLA to a flex. Here's McNeely coming off the exit. And he gets it. Here we're going to get a slip from guess who. So here we're going to come off the zipper. Caravan sees they're far behind and they're switching. So he slips it. And something more simple here. So we're just going to set an exit here, and away here. And they're playing that empty side. So we'll do a bunch of different things out of horns too. Here's something simple, just double ball screen. Mahaney picks a side and drives. And just play out of it. Chest. So chest is what I call ball screen. And then we flare the guy that sets the ball screen. And then we'll do a ton of different things out of this little chest look. So here we're going to curl. Ball screen, flare. If we chase over the top, it's an automatic curl. Automatic curl to the rim. Here it is again, ball screen, flare, chasing over the top, so it's an automatic curl. Here, curl to the rim, and now we're just going to set a simple pin down. So there's the pin down. And now we're playing to an empty side. Chest, away, and again, playing to this whole empty side. Here's going to be a wheel, so horns, chest, and then watch Caravan here. It's going to cut through and then set a little baseline stagger for solo ball. See it again here. Same set, curl through just like we've been doing, set the away just like we've been doing, and then it's all baseline stagger. Really good read from McNeely. Same thing here. Same set. The away, but it's a baseline stagger. Same thing. Curl. Away, baseline stagger. And then watch this Samson Johnson screen on Connor Enright. Here's their little famous play that went viral last year. So skip it to the zoom. They have counters off this too, so skip it. You're not going to believe who's going to slip. Here's going to be a little different. So instead of this player coming off after the chest, it's the Sandiara, because we want our guard coming off. Here's something we'll run a lot of like this set, and it's not that complicated, but so it's a twist, and then you're going to dive and get this exit. But if you're DePaul and you see Terrace Reed in the corner during horns, and then Liam McNeely rolling and diving towards the rim, you have to know that something is coming. Some sort of screen or our little skip play that we just saw. Like if you're late in blocker, you can't just be standing up relaxed here. Like you have to know McNeely's coming out. And you probably know he's coming out to this side. So there he is, coming out. Same thing here. It's solo ball and the horns diving to the rim. And he's not just going to stay here and post or anything. Like, you know he's coming out. Same thing here. Dive. Come off the exit. And now we're right back into all of our empty side. So big empty side here. Good play. Same thing. Look who's in the corner. Terrace Reed. Come off an exit. And now we're playing to our whole empty side. Same thing. Solo ball and the horns diving to the rim. Samson Johnson in the corner. He comes off the exit. Here's a little counter out of it. So dive. And then instead of an exit, we set the runner. So baseline runner. Here's the only thing I've seen them do out of the box. And it's just a counter to fronting. So come out, come out. We're fronting. And now we're just throwing over the top. UConn will run a million things out of this simple little away. So we're going to set the away, hit the elbow, and now it's just a stagger and a zoom. You'll see a lot of this. This is relatively simple. So away, hit the elbow, stagger to the zoom. Here's their opening set against Butler. Here's the away, hit him, stagger, to the zoom. Here it's going to get into Spain, so there's the away. Hit the elbow, stagger into zoom, and then watch solo ball creeping over. And that's to set the Spain. Here it's an away. And then here's the zoom coming. And we keep into another zoom. Here's going to be a little different. So UCLA. And here's solo ball coming off it. It's another way to get into zoom. So UCLA. And then, like, if you're Caliph Battle here, and you're guarding Liam McNeely, and you're playing against UConn, and your man's under the rim, and he just came off of UCLA, you can't just stand up and relax like nothing's going to happen. Like, you know something's going to happen. Comes off the zoom. Caliph Battle isn't even close to ready to guard it. 2 minutes into the game. Same set here. There's the away. There's the UCLA. Here's solo ball. Coming up to get the zoom. Goaltend. Here we're going to get a flex. So we're going to come off this. Set the flex. And then set the zipper off it. And Baylor's switching everything, so we know we're going to slip. away, UCLA, flex, and then this is going to be a runner. So we're switching, and we're playing against Alex Caravan. Guess what's going to happen? Slip. Here's another look. So away, we're going to give it right back. This is our first action. We've seen that. And then baseline runner, and we're going to circle around. Here it is again. Set the away. Throw it right back. There's our runner. Here's our runner. Circle around. Watch solo ball. Set up his cut. You're going to get an away. Ball screen. Plus an away. And then we're going to veer off and set this baseline runner. All the meanwhile is setting this away into another ball screen that we're ghosting. And here comes the baseline runner. So just super layered, complicated set. Same thing here, away. And then here's our ball screen. We're going to veer off into this baseline runner. Here's another ball screen. And then we're going to ghost this one as we're veering off into the baseline runner. Same thing here, away. Ball screen, veer off. Away, baseline runner. Really well guarded by Xavier there, but UConn still scores. Here we're going to get an away. Mahaney runs through, so you know something's coming. Flex screen, and now we're coming off a zoom. It's another variation of their flex. Same thing here. There's the away. There's through. Flex. Coming off the zoom. Do something different away. And then we're going to set this flare. Hit the big. Come off the UCLA. And now we're into a stagger. And we get a slip. Similar set here. So there's the away. Here's the flare. Come off the UCLA. Stagger. And then here is solo ball coming off the UCLA and waiting on the rim, so you know something's going to happen. And he's going to set the back screen in the Spain. Miscommunication from Providence, gets a wide open three. Away, UCLA. He's going to come back off it into the zoom. Watch how he navigates it there. Here's the away. Another flare. And then Caravan's going to shallow under. And we're getting the zoom. See it again here. Shallow under. And then Seton Hall switching. And you're not going to believe who gets this slip. Here's another set. So away. Here's the flare. Hit. And then we're going to get into zoom. And then we're going to hand off to another ball screen. Just a super complex way to get into another middle ball screen. Away, flare. UCLA. Stagger. And again, Caravan waiting. Comes and sets Spain. Away. Ram to the double ball screen. Veer. Solo ball rejects. Coming off the zoom. Just tons and tons of stuff going on to get to that zoom. Here, we're going to keep this handoff with this away going on. So keep the handoff. Here's the away. And we're trying to attack Seton Hall's aggressive defense. A lot of switching. So keep, drive. UConn's going to run a few different things out of these staggers. So this is their most common thing out of it. Ram with a little wheel. So you'll see it a few times here. Stagger to the ball screen. While that's going on, you get a little baseline stagger. And another almost simple thing that they'll run a lot of. We'll get a ton of post seals out of this. The post seal is almost what they get the most out of this set. So stagger. There's the wheel. And here he is posting. Again, it's going to be Terrace Reed posting if we're going to get it. So there's the wheel. Terrace Reed posting. Here it is again. There's the wheel. Posting. Here's another set. So stagger. Sandiar is going to come set this back screen. And then he's going to receive a flare. So there he receives a flare. Little screener set there. See it again here. So there's the stagger. Hit him. Come set a back screen. Receive a flare. Here. So McNeely's going to reject the stagger. So you have to know something's coming. People on UConn don't just reject screens for no reason. So here he sets the shuffle. And then it's a screener. Slip. Here, stagger. Throw and chase to a ball screen. Paired with an away. Similar thing here. Stagger. Throw and chase to the ball screen. And now we hit. And I don't know. I think that they improvised this. But we hit the big and we're into zoom. And then watch Caravan run his man into Kalkbrenner. Kind of like a Spain after the exit. I think he just did that, but that'd be pretty nasty. So here, strong. Hit the elbow. Now we're back into our away stuff. So Caravan rejects the away. So you know that something's going to come. And he comes off this stagger. And now we're back into all our empty side stuff. Strong, touch. Again, here's a reject. So something's going to happen for McNeely, and he comes off this little gut zoom. Again, back into zoom. All right, so some other things that UConn can run. We'll get into a lot of this gut zoom into different actions. So just right into it. There's the gut zoom. The chest will be the most common look. So we did the gut zoom. Now we're basically back into all of our horn stuff. So we're going to ball screen into a flare. And that's our most common look out of it. Gut zoom. Chest. So that's ball screen to the flare. Gut zoom. There we are. Caravan comes with elbow. Ball screen. Flare. Same thing. Gut zoom. DR coming off. Here's Caravan. Ball screen to the flare. And now we're back into basically all our same empty side actions. So gut zoom. Ball screen. Flare. And again, Longino's chasing over the top. So we know we're going to curl. Same thing. Gut zoom. Chest. McNeely just drives off it. Gut zoom. Chest. Here's going to be a rescreen. So rescreen. And now we're going to drive Dixon. Gut zoom. Chest. Another rescreen here. Here we can get it into flex. So there's the gut zoom. There's the ball screen. Instead of coming over like the chest, we're just going to dive. And we're getting into flex. Here it is again. Gut zoom. Coming to ball screen, but we're not going to chest with this little flare. We're going to dive into the flex. Same thing. Ball screen. Instead of chesting over, flex, come off. That was set here, so we're just going to play off the UCLA, swing it. UCLA. It was a similar set that we had earlier, but instead of setting this empty side ball screen, set here. And now we're going to reject. And now we're going to set this away. Here's another UCLA. So we're going to swing it right into the UCLA. Come off, shuffle. And so the ball is going to curl. And then we're going to come off. Just basic out. Touch to get it back. Flare with an empty side. Except we're going to curl. And then we're going to come back off. Similar set, just out of a different alignment. So here's a thunder. Touch. Flare. Curl. Come back off. Basically the same set. So thunder. UCLA. Set the away. And that's just like a zoom. Just another way to get into it. Here we're going to thunder. Zipper. Chase this empty side. With and away. And then watch McNeely. Watch McNeely. Watch McNeely. Circle back around. Thunder. And this is all going to be for post up. So corner cut. All for this little post seal. We like the matchup against Iwachukwu. So we'll do a couple things at a diamond. So diamond, get out. Flare. Set the away. Curl it. Come off the handoff. Just like any of the alignments, we're just going to do random complicated stuff out of diamond. So empty ball screen, away, curl it into another away, step up. And that is all we got for our UConn scouting report. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.